said, and she said, and she said, somebody need to, but they gonna, they told me waiting on them. This is the Ultimate Advocates Talk Show, and I'm your host, AJ Thompson. And tonight, we're going to be talking about is time to stop hiding your face and the power of you. I know through most of our lives we waited for somebody else to do this or that for us, for somebody else to be the front runner or the beginner or the starter. But I'm here today to tell you that that beginner, that starter, that initiator is you, the ultimate advocates. Not only are you the ultimate advocate, you are the ultimate advocate for your own self. But there's some things that you're going to have to understand about you. Let me tell you first about yourself. You are most awesome wonder. You are a most powerful people. Am I talking about black people? Am I talking about white people? Oriental people? I'm talking about people. And each group of people have their own unique powers. And one don't supersede the other one. The only shortage or lack is what one don't know. We each have the same knowledge. Nobody have knowledge that the other one don't have. Instead, it's a matter of how much you do know that you don't realize that you know. Because as long as you don't know who you are, somebody keep pulling the wool over your eyes. As long as you keep hiding, you'll never find out who you are. If you never find out who you are, some other people will always oppress you. And they will oppress you at your own hands. In other words, you will be the cause of it. I want to tell you, you have to stop hiding. For an example, have you ever engaged with a bully or seen a bully in action? And have you ever seen the victim of the bully? Usually a bully will continue to just pick on somebody or pick on you until you had enough or until you learn that you're greater than the bully. And once you do that, then you stand. Then immediately when you stand, all the rules change. You know, not tomorrow, not an hour from now, but immediately all the rules change. Not because you standing up and acting a fool, because there's an aura that comes off of you that says the rules have changed. They're saying that you better step away. They're saying that you better not try that. They're saying that you better not take from me. What happens is, just as I did in high school, I had a bully. And I ran from him and I ran and I ran. No matter where I ran, he found me. One day I was cornered and I couldn't run no more. So I hit and I kicked. And the bully found himself beat up. The next day, I was expecting the same thing. But instead, the next day, the bully asked me did I want to play. And from that day, throughout school, until I graduated and went into service and went away, we was friends. Because the bully found out the rules had changed. And when you find out who you are, or when you realize that you're cornered and you just get sick and tired and you've had enough of being at the bottom or being at the mercy of somebody else, when you're sick and tired of throwing pity parties or blaming somebody else or waiting on somebody else, then you learn what you need to do for yourself. And then you stand and you do it because you are empowered. Zion, for instance, means powerhouse. And it means more in particular that you are a powerhouse. And then there's Jerusalem, which means that you possess your peace from within. I know there are many Bible scholars that have not learned this. Many preachers and pastors and teachers and universities have not taught their students this. Because this comes from God. God reminds you that you are a powerhouse. There's no force that's greater than you, for you, in your life. And that does not mean that the force of you is greater in somebody else's life. That's out of place with God. And that's out of place with you. That's why things don't sit right with you. But you got to quit hiding and do something about it. We got to step up to the plate, be good men and women, good parents, do good parenting, and quit sitting waiting for somebody to teach me how to be. I mean, let's get real. How many people taught you how to have sex? Most of us, nobody. But from inside, we learn what to do. And from inside, we begin to do those things. So all our knowledge and all our power begin inside of our own self. As long as we keep searching outwardly, we won't find it. It's to come from inside and be executed outwardly. It's to be initiated from inside and manifested outwardly. This is A.J. Thompson again. I want to remind you that you are the ultimate advocate. I want to remind you to stop even talking about change. We talk about change, just like it's a piece of paper or a pencil. Change don't mean anything unless it's a beneficial change. What I mean by beneficial change is a change that do you good, that enhance you and increase you and take you to the next level and don't take away from you. Positive change. I'm sick of people hollering about change. We get carried away over change. Somebody say change, we lose our minds. What kind of change? A positive change. A change that's going to benefit me and my family. In order to do that, you have to quit hiding. You have to quit saying something. There are those of us who speak, but then we speak and hide. And those of us who talk foolishness, but when real issues come about, when time to take a stand, we hide. When the truth comes forth, we get quiet when we ought to be talking. And we stay back when we ought to move forward. You know, several times this week, people have mentioned the terminology of slavery to me. Slavery is something that never should have been. You know, it's something that come about when other people oppress another people. When you don't know who you are, people can oppress you and use you and abuse you and trick you and con you. And people become rich off of you. Now, then there's one other issue I want to discuss with you tonight, and that's the economy. We whine about jobless situations. I want to tell you there's no reason for no one to be unemployed. And I'm not talking about a job. However, if you have a record and you can't get a job because you got a record, if somebody telling you that, if somebody got it on a job application, then they're violating your rights because it's called punitive damages. In other words, they're punishing you some more for what you already been punished for, and you can take legal action on that. And then there's your skills and your gifts and your talents. If you have those, if you can use them to work for someone else, create you a business. Start with what you got. Stop listening to other people telling you you got to have this or you don't have this. God made you fully equipped to make it happen. And I want to encourage you to make it happen. This is A.J. Thompson, and this is your Ultimate Advocate talk show. And you are the Ultimate Advocates.